Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the T14. It's a Tier 5 American premium heavy tank. It's located on the north spawn of Pilsen, and this one is under the command of Beerwalla. Game on. Well, this tank is armed with a 75mm main gun with 110 alpha, and it'll penetrate 92mm of armor with the standard AP, and with the APCR it will go up to 127mm, and with the HE rounds it will do 175 hit points but only 38mm of pen. It's basically the same 75mm gun you'll find on the M4, and there are a lot of similarities between this tank and the M4, as you might see, because it's got the same basic shape and design. Unfortunately, this tank was a bit of a failure. They built two prototypes. They built it as an infantry tank to replace the Churchill, but unfortunately it wasn't very good, so it was just too heavy, I'm afraid, and the Churchill was selected after all for upgrading. In fact, the British overcame the problems that they have with the EP, and the Churchill was mass produced. There's only two prototypes, as I said, and one of them is actually sitting at the Tank Museum at Bovington if you ever want to go and have a look at one. Okay. The problem with this tank, of course, is that it was too heavy. It was nearly 50 tons, whereas an M4 is only 30 tons, so carrying the same gun, and it had too weak hull armor. The hull armor on this vehicle is only 50.8mm all the way around. The turret is very strong, but the hull is very weak. Okay, he's going after that BK3001H, which, as you know, is a Tiger prototype, so to speak. And he puts the ram in, blocks the shot that came from the VK. He's probably aiming at the turret, which is his big mistake, but he does get one shot in. Okay, so he's got his first kill. Yes, so it didn't have very good armor. In fact, they actually had to put side skirts on the side of the tracks, and that acts as spaced armor, so to speak, but it still only has 50.8mm all the way around. And that's still a bit of a problem. The turret actually is much stronger. It has 101mm at the front, same on the sides, and same on the rear. So, all the way round. The speed is fairly slow though, only 34 kilometers an hour, but then you've got to think about the fact that it's carrying a lot of weight. Okay, he's going after that Churchill 3. Problem is, Churchill 3 can out DPM him, so he needs to be careful he doesn't get hit, and unfortunately he did. Churchill 3's armed with a 57mm gun, which of course is a 6-pounder technically, but the Churchill 3 actually went to the Russians and they fitted their own 37mm. We just took a block, or blocked a shot from the enemy T14. He's obviously aiming at the wrong spot. Beerwalla's turned around to deal with him. Didn't get through though. I think he's going to chase after him. And he has got damaged tracks, that T14, because we've got the eagle eye working. Now, a lot of people play the T14 wrong, because ideally you should angle. You've got to watch out for the machine gun ports at the front of the tank, because it is a shot trap and it's also a very weak spot, so that's what you've got to be careful that they don't shoot into that. If you can angle the tank, you can actually benefit. Okay, the T14 is going up to our B1. And, oh, he went all the way around the houses and then came all the way back to try and go after the B1. The good thing about this tank though is it does have premium matchmaking, which means that you'll never see tier 6. It's a tier 5 tank and you'll only ever see tier 4 or tier 3. That's all. Top tier always. And he took out the T14 by plumping those rounds right into his rear where it's weak on the armor. Now I think he might let the B1 go first, or is he? No, he's actually being a gentleman. He's going first, because otherwise that T67 will make a quick meal of the B1. Okay, they pulled back, but is the B1 going to go ahead? No, he's not. In fact, it looks like they're engaging our Churchill 1, Churchill 3 rather. Now, if that enemy tank pulls forward, oh, there's the T67, and we're hull down now, so we can actually get shots on him, and we should be able to penetrate the T28, but unfortunately, it's just too fast for us to get back into cover. T28's got very thin armor, so they are easy targets. He's checking around to see where everyone is. The Wolverine. Oh, it's the Valentine anti-tank. It's coming after us now. Now remember, he's a fixed gun tank destroyer, so he can only fire forward. Oh, and the T28 comes up. We missed with the first shot. We won't miss with the subsequent one, though. I mean, he tracked him, and now he can tear this guy to shreds. He's not going to go anywhere any quickly, and he's out the game. In the meantime, the M8A1 tries to have a go. And yes, he does get one round into us. A shot on him, though, because he's being very careful. And you can see the dispersion is working against us here. Need to let it settle to shoot the accurate shots. No. Okay, he's going to try and use the wreck of the B1, I think, as cover. He could side scrape off that wreck. Bounced around from the M18 Oh dear, we've lost the Churchill 3. And it was the Excelsior on the enemy team who actually killed him. And now we've got to worry about that T67. Okay, now he's going to push forward. The T67 is a one-shot. With the 110 Alpha, we can put him out with one round. The M8A1's just a little more problematical. The M8A1 went round the building. And we've got to watch out because the Valentine's coming up behind us. There he is, but he is a one-shot. Okay, well, we hit the hard point and he's gone for the ram kill instead. So we did take some damage from the Valentine, and now we're after the T67. Well, the Excelsior is holding that corner. Okay, M8A1 just around the corner. Careful. Did get spotted, so he knows we're here. And he's waiting for us. Now, he's got very thin armor, so he's not going to want to poke out. Okay, we side scrape off this corner. We might be able to get a shot. No, he doesn't want to play ball. Okay, do it that way. That's one. It's a high, low roll. Distract him. Go for the kill. Oh, no. It's going to take two more shots to kill him. Or three, actually. And he's got him. There's a T34 up ahead. We can probably get that guy and the B1 just behind. Hello, Mr. B1. He really can't hurt us that much, actually, even though he's got a 37mm. Keep punching those rounds through the front of the vehicle. Yeah, he's only hitting the tracks. And he's out the gamer. That's his Top Gun. Okay, so now it's the T67 who escaped to the south. And the enemy team has got a Matilda, but we don't know where. Now, he's decided to side scrape off this corner. Wait until the T67 responds on the Excelsior, but he doesn't, so we're going to go in. Now, I would go up onto the heights here and check out just to make sure, because if that T67 is sitting up there to trying to earn himself a defender medal, that would be the place to do it from. The Matilda's been spotted. Oh, and he's distracting Beerwalla. He wants that kill. In fact, he could get a Radley's, because he is at 6 kills. And he puts one through the tracks of the Matilda. Gets another one in. Unfortunately, he's going to go behind those hulls. And the Panzer V or Fumfiat has actually checked up onto the woods. There wasn't anybody up there, so now we're going to chase after the Matilda. T67, well, he must have escaped somewhere. I think he's using his speed to place himself in a position where he can ambush us from a long way away. Do plenty of damage and then go and hide again. No, just a fraction of a second too late. And the kill goes to the Fumfiat. And the T67 is doing what I thought he was doing. He's actually shooting from a distance and just got spotted. He's up at the pipes. Beerwalla's decided to try and drive through, but no, he's gone, and that's it. The game's over. Here's the end of battle stats. That was an ace tanker game for Beerwalla in the T14. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 12 in that one. He also got a hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks, as well as a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points for his own vehicle, and he picked up 3 medals, battle hero medals at that. He got the Steel Wall for blocking the most damage in the game, a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and finally he got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see he got the highest damage with 2,666 hit points of damage. Second highest damage was that Panzerkampfwagen Fumfiat, who managed 2,469, so just a short distance behind. And the third highest damage in the game actually turned out to be the Churchill 3 with 1,131. When it came to kills, though, it was shared between the T14 and with Panzerkampfwagen Fumfiat. Both managed 6 kills apiece. 3 kills went to the T28 and 2 kills went to the enemy T14. And when it came to base XP, Beerwalla got that one as well. So technically he has got the top in all 3 columns. 1,666 went to Beerwalla, 1,355 went to the Panzerkampfwagen Fumfiat. He fired 43 shots in the game, got 31 direct hits and 23 penetrations. I think the dispersion let him down a bit on that duel he had with the M8A1. 2,666 hit points of damage, of which 111 were more than 300 meters. So most of the damage done at close range, and that's the correct thing to do. Although this tank does not side scrape well, it doesn't actually flank very well because it's fairly slow, but it does have the ability to pump out a lot of damage, and therefore it can do a lot of damage at close range, but at long range the gun tends to let it down quite a bit. He received 18 hits from the enemy, only 6 of which actually penetrated, 12 non-penetrations, and 870 hit points of damage blocked by armor. Damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 6, and he did 321 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 55,871 credits from the game, and there must have been some other reward, because after repair and ammunition resupply, and the ammunition resupply was greater than the amount he received for the game, he still made a profit of 18,672. That's part of the problem of actually going to what replays. They don't tell you all the information about your vehicle. He also took away 3,499 XP as well, so at least he did get some benefit out of it. So, a very nice little game. He said this is his 5th game in the T14. He doesn't play it that much. He said he's had it for years but never used it. I think a lot of players, when they first take it out, think it's a premium premium M4, but because it's a heavy tank, actually, it's actually providing you with a crew that you can put into the either the T1 Heavy or the M6 as you're moving up the scale to get to the T29. And so it is useful in that purposes as a trainer. But yes, it does have its weaknesses, and that's mostly down to that weak hull. So you need to learn to angle in this thing and keep pumping those shells in and hope that the enemy aims for your turret, and then obviously they won't get through. But yes, interesting game by Beerwalla, and he gets an ace tanker. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.